What is up, guys? It's David here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about why World War III is basically inevitable and most likely it will happen sooner than you think. Now, first off, as we're seeing, the situation is getting more and more desperate in Iran, and it's really unfortunate. People are suffering, people are dying, and yeah, it's very unfortunate. And what I wanted to say in this video today is that, yeah, World War III is basically inevitable. I mean, not now, perhaps not this month, maybe not in this year, but soon it will happen, because as we've seen, like if you take a look at the world's history, what do you see? Basically, what you see is a bloodbath, right? For centuries, for thousands of years, maybe even hundreds of thousands of years, that's what it's always been, a bloodbath. So this is basic human nature, you know, war, violence. That's what we do, like basically as humans. I mean, it's in our genes, it's in our biology. We're basically designed to be good soldiers, right? To be good hunters. Like that's how every civilization has always been built, right? On blood and violence, right? Slavery, conquest. And what we're seeing now, this period of peace, is basically, it's really artificial and just temporary. Well, in a few years, I'm sure it will pass, and we'll get back to our basic state of being, which is war and violence. So yeah, like it's really obvious, you know, what we're seeing. It's apparent that really soon it will collapse, this artificial state of peace which we've got a few decades after the collapse of the Soviet Union after World War II. Yeah, and it's gonna be atrocious. It's gonna be horrible. Like most likely millions of people die, and there's gonna be starvations, like mass genocides, like all kinds of atrocities will be committed, like because that's the human nature, right? So if you look at the state of the world today, like the economy, the birth rate, the demographics, like, yeah, you can see that it's written there, you know, like everything's already written there, like you can see it with your own eyes, and it's basically a powder cake, like what we're seeing in the whole world, especially in Europe and the collective West. Like demographic, like the birth rates are crumbling, are plummeting every single day, like migration, like that people are getting replaced. Like that's called silent genocide, you know. Like when it comes to Europeans, like it's obvious, right? What's going on? Like in a few decades, maybe even sooner, there will be no England anymore. There will be no France. There will be no Holland. Like if you look at the birth rates, like the native whites, they're going extinct, right? Like, and what do you think will come after that? Like, what do you think it will bring? Like, it's gonna bring total chaos, right? Total destruction. Like, it's not gonna go out in a whimper, as they say. It's gonna be a total chaos. Like when you see that when finally the population like plummets to basically zero, what do you think will happen? Like there's gonna be massive riots, massive chaos in Europe. And what do you think it will cause? Like it's gonna cause like lots of wars, right? Series of wars, and most likely it will be some kind of world war, right? And also, like when it comes to nuclear weapons, like we've got like hundreds and perhaps thousands of warheads all over the world, right? Yeah, I mean, it's basically a powder cake, like it's a waiting powder cake which is waiting to explode, like, right? Yeah, the whole world. And yeah, it's gonna be very unfortunate, and we, as men, we have to be ready in every way, like financially speaking, like physically, we have to be trained, we have to be well educated on this matter, like we have to be ready to take care of our loved ones, right? To defend them, to provide for them, right? We have to be ready. We have to be physically and especially financially ready, right? So when it hits the fan, like, it's gonna be hell on earth, right? What do you think? What if nuclear war starts, right? There are hundreds and thousands of warheads all over the world. What do you think what happens if one of them goes off, right? And most likely it will happen, right? There are thousands of them. And in a few decades, maybe in a few years, there's going to be some kinds of catastrophe, and it will trigger a series of catastrophes, most likely, right? We have to be ready for it. So this state of peace which we have, like, it's totally superficial, artificial, and most likely it will collapse really, really soon. Like we're seeing, especially post-COVID, like all kinds of wars are erupting all over the world, right? So, and that's nothing new. Like for us, for Gen Z, for Gen Z, millennials, it might seem like something new and something weird, strange, like wars going on, but that's called the basic nature of human existence, right? Like that's the human existence. It's war, it's chaos, atrocities, like that's what humans have always done all throughout the history. Like you take a look at it, like you glance at it, you take a glance, and what do you see? You see a bloodbath, right? So yeah, the future is pretty bleak. Well, it's bleak for us, for our standards, right? For us, people of the 21st century, but it's nothing new. Like for 99% of human existence, that was the norm, that was the norm. So yeah, like when I look at the world events, when I take a look at them, it's so unfortunate and to see, and I feel so sorry for all those people that are suffering. But what can I do? What can you do? Like right now, very unfortunate, but I can't help them. I'm really sorry to say, but I can't help them. And well, actually, the main reason, well, there are a few reasons, a few real reasons for their suffering, right? One is greed, right? The leaders of those countries, like all those countries, they're greedy, They want to make some money, right? They want to make money. They want to do business, right? They want to acquire new lands and new powers, basically. I'm not talking about specifically like about some countries, or basically in every country, like that's the case. But it's also, I also have to say that some countries are, even though all countries, like basically like all the elites are corrupt, there are some countries that are still genuinely better, right? And there are less worse than other countries, right? Where you have more freedom, you can eat better. I mean, you won't starve. You won't be stoned to death for having different opinion, right? You're more free there, right? So yeah, some countries are a bit less worse, right, than others, but it doesn't mean that elites aren't corrupt there, right? And it would be still stupid to wholeheartedly believe in them, right? And to devote your life to their cause, right? To their to be a good servant to the elites there. But yeah, we still have to be open-minded. I mean, we always have to speak truth, and we have to always be honest, like no matter how painful the truth is, right? So yeah, I'm really sorry that what's going on in the world, like especially nowadays. Like it's really tragic what's going on. But I'm really sorry to say, but the situation will get worse. Like generally speaking, like in general in the world, like in the near future, I'm sure that there will be some kind of calamity in the world, like I don't know, on a global scale, and World War III, I think, is basically inevitable. Maybe in a few years, maybe in a few decades, maybe after a century or two. But you think that's a lot? You think that's a long time? Like that's not even a drop in the ocean, right? That's nothing, man. And I think it will happen much sooner. It's not going to take a century or two. I think it will happen much sooner. Yeah, I'm sure. Like people are getting more desperate. The economy, the demographics, like everything's plummeting. Like in every metric, like basically that's what's happening. Like of course we get like technology is getting better, the AI is getting better. Yeah, YouTube's getting better. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, every year you get your new Samsung Galaxy phone, right? You get a new one every single year. Yeah, that's a good thing, I guess. But as far as collective consciousness and spiritual well-being is concerned, like, I think that's plummeting. Like basically, it's either plummeting or nothing has changed really. Like, I mean, yeah, in a way, that could be true. We could say that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say in this video. Like, World War III will happen soon, I guess. Like, yeah, I mean, in the near future at least. And yeah, we have to be ready for it. Physically, financially, especially as men, we have responsibility. It's our duty to defend our loved ones, our families, our women and children, you know, our communities. So yeah, and yeah, we have to be ready, and don't be surprised. Like, don't be surprised whatever happens, man. So thank you for listening. I appreciate that very much, and support the channel. Please subscribe, share this video, hit the like button, and see you in the next video. Yeah, the next video will be even better. The English and my speaking skills will get even better, and after 1,000 videos, you will see, well, my speaking skills will be even better. So yeah. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.